We are back at the top of another Savage stream. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Let's just jump right into this, see what we got going on tonight. The team over at Conceal has been working nonstop. Those guys are just insane with all the work that they do. They've been working nonstop to improve the user experience and project capabilities. The latest addition is WCCX, or Wrapped CCX, and that's what we're going to talk a little bit about tonight. I've talked about it before, but we're going to cover it again a little bit because of something else that's tacked on to the end of that we'll discuss at the end here. So we will cover all this tonight. Everyone knows I'm a big fan of Conceal. It's hard not to be when the team, literally just puts so much effort into a micro-cap project for this long, a couple years through a bear market and all that stuff with little funding. And just in case you aren't familiar with Conceal, let me just review what they are about real quick. Just a quick little review here. Conceal is an open source, always on privacy coin with a focus on cold staking with compounding interest, decentralized finance, private encrypted messaging and transactions. It's not a fork of another coin. It's truly a community project that's decentralized with no central authority. It's open source. It's a community-led project. So that's one of the things that drew me in. The cold staking feature is nice since there's no masternode or wallet that has to be running to maintain it. It's kind of like their bread and butter for their project was this whole cold staking feature where your CCX that you lock is actually in a hash time lock contract, HTLC, and it's locked for a certain number of whatever months you put in there, that you want to lock it. And once it's done, it's part of the blockchain, and it's not something that you have to manage or anything like that. It just does it. You don't have to leave your wallet open. None of that nonsense. It's just a HTLC, so it's on the blockchain. So real quick, I can show you an example. So this is just real quick bread and butter of what the project was founded on, this principle of online banking and compounding interest and all that stuff. They just recently updated the cloud wallet to include the banking feature, which is awesome. So just go through this real quick. You can see over here I've got 63 CCX in this wallet. So I'm going to go to banking. I want to stake these for a certain number of time, a certain amount of time. We'll throw in 25 in here just for the heck of it. And we'll go for 6 months. Okay, sounds great. I'm gonna have to bring up my phone here and get my 2FA to actually do this. So give me just a second here. So many 2FAs. Okay, let's see if I can find it here. All right, and then you can see, I'm probably going to have to put that in again. I'll leave it open, but you can see down here where you have the deposit details, the interest rate, how much rewards you're going to make off of the CCX that you're staking, and then the amount of fees. So with such a small amount, you can see the fees are pretty high for a small amount. And it also tells you how long the blocks, basically the blockchain length once the deposit is going to be released and you're able to withdraw it. Okay, so we'll look at the chart in just a minute. Let's go ahead and get this staked real quick. Let me let this timer run out here and then we'll go. All right, so make deposit, see if this works. Looks like it did. Deposit successful. It'll be displayed after 10 confirmations. Okay, so this is just the cloud wallet. You can also do the same thing, and you've always been able to do that from within the desktop wallet, the staking feature. You go to banking and then basically do the same thing. And if you want to know like what you're going to be earning, you would go to this right here, and you can basically, this is just a calculator where you can determine all these, all the different scenarios. If you have 20,000 to deposit for 12 months, then you're going to earn 1,200 CCX for that 1 year period. And that's basically the max amount down here, 6%. So you can see that, like, you know, these percentages, the staking and all that stuff, this was from this was a part of the project from the very beginning. So this is the basically pre-DeFi craze. These guys were doing DeFi way back when. So they definitely were looking at the future when it comes to stuff like that. So I think that's pretty cool. Again, that's just the basics of their project. They are basically, you know, the first DeFi project that implemented. They might be the first. I'm pretty sure they're the first. There might have been other ones, but I don't think that they were near as successful that implemented cold staking with interest, and this was all the way back in 2018. So pretty cool stuff. Some other things about the project itself. Their ticker is CCX. They use the kryptonite conceal algorithm for proof of work mining, which is a close variant of CN fast. So if you're over here on what to mine and you want to see what, you know, you would, you know, if you wanted conceal to show up or determine your hash rate, it's CN fast is what you would actually be using. And if you're looking on AMD cards, conceal usually will show up somewhere in the middle right now. You know, they're not like super profitable, but if you scroll down here a little bit, yeah, there they are right there. So not terrible, you know, for a this is RX 580 rig. You know, the Vegas do a little bit better. You can look at a Vega, like a Vega 64. It's going to be a little bit more profitable, and I'm doing my cost here too, 10.3 cents per kilowatt hour. So scroll down a little bit, yeah, you can see it's not awful, you know, it's in there. And depending on what the project's doing and what their value is, you know, whether or not they're going on a bull run themselves, then, you know, obviously the profitability is going to change at that point. So we're going to talk about something a little bit later that might be driving the project value up. So we'll talk about that in a moment. So yeah, the CN fast algo is what you would use. You could also use the calculator that's on their website. I think it's on their Explorer. So if you go to their Explorer, it's explorer.conceal.network. Scroll down to the bottom, and if you know your hash rate, you can input it right here, so you can get a pretty good guess at how many CCX you would earn per day with that hash rate. So you could bounce this number against what you see on What to Mine. You could also go to their actual calculator on What to Mine here, and, you know, do some calculations to figure things out. So just a lot of resources there for you. The total CCX that's locked right now, and this is really amazing if you think about it. So the total that's locked right now is basically 50%. That's currently locked. 8.7 million is currently locked, and there's only 8.7 million in circulation. So it's literally 50-50 here. The current USD value is, I think it's about 18 cents, if I remember right. Almost 18 cents. It actually very recently was down to like 8 cents. Let's see here. Let's go 7 day. Yeah, see, very recently it was down to 8. I know you can't see that because of the Cointree thing, but here, let's see. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, 8 cents, man. It was down there, and then so it's done a, you know, 150% almost, right? 120%, something like that, in 7 days, right? No, it says 96 here, but I don't know. You know, I'm looking at, I'm just doing math in my head. Okay, so it's done 100% in 7 days, in a week. So that's awesome. All right, the current market cap is 1.5 million, which it has I think it's been all the way down to like 300,000 at some of the lower points in the project. So 1.5 million is pretty good right now, and that's probably, you know, a lot of that has to do with what you're seeing here with more volume and the value increasing. So yeah, cool stuff. $1.5 million project, still super micro cap. You know, I don't know, there's not really a name for as small as this project is, I don't think. Anyway, so I have a few videos, Conceal videos on my channel. I have a playlist, and you can just go there, and let me paste this in the chat here. Hey, what's up, Fold'em? Hopefully everybody can hear me and everything's good here. Nobody's really saying anything. I haven't been live a whole lot lately, so people are probably not expecting me to be live. Been working on my closet, my wiring closet and all that stuff, so been a little bit busy. So you can check those out if you want. Now, let's get into, this is the reason for making this video tonight, is the crowdfunding thing, the crowdfunding event that is going to happen tomorrow. The next big thing that Conceal is releasing is literally a first for a privacy coin. They're building a bridge or a gateway between the Ethereum network and the Conceal network. Basically, you'll have wrapped CCX, or WCCX that represents real CCX on the Ethereum network in a 1-to-1 ratio. Now, if you're like me, and you're like, okay, all this is over my head because I am literally just a miner and a holder. I don't do all this Uniswap, swapping, Ethereum network, ERC20 token stuff, and yield farming and all that stuff. Okay, I get it. Totally get it because I'm right there with you. It just kind of boggles my mind with what, this is going to enable. A lot of this stuff just doesn't seem important. But in this case, you gotta kind of hear me out, hear the team out. Many of us care about financial privacy, right? It's one of the things that draws people to crypto in the first place, oftentimes. Well, imagine trading on Uniswap, making lots of profits, yield farming, doing whatever they do over there, doing all the swapping, and then being able to hide that value on a privacy coin network. So that's essentially what Wrap CCX is going to allow you to do. You're going to be able to get your profits potentially off, if you have any profits, off of the Ethereum network and into a privacy coin where it cannot be tracked. So if you're concerned about privacy and all that stuff, this is like a really super important feature that CCX is enabling here, or that Conceal is enabling here. So that is Wrap CCX. Now, this was from a Mr. Quibs. He's also on Twitter. I think is basically the same on Twitter. He did a little write-up on WCCX, Wrapped CCX, and he also talks about, this is a good little Medium article here, he also talks about the next thing that I'm going to talk about, because along these same lines and in support of Wrap CCX itself, in order for Uniswap to have WCCX liquidity, there's going to be a crowd sale tomorrow. Now this is what's important. So there's a crowd sale tomorrow it's a pre-sale at 2 p.m. UTC. I think that's 9 p.m. Eastern time. So we might actually be able to kind of monitor it tomorrow night on the stream. I think that'll be kind of cool. The crowd sale funding is going to be used for further development, marketing, exchange listings, and all of this stuff is going to be transparent. The team, even though it's a privacy coin, they're not necessarily anonymous team like you used to see years ago. They are very transparent with what they're spending the dev fund on. They're just a bunch of great guys. So we don't have to worry about this. Someone even mentioned it on like Twitter about a rug pull. I'm like, listen, rug pull in this scenario is not something that you have to worry about because we're talking about Conceal here. Okay. We're not talking about, a project that just came on, yesterday and is now, 1,000x since yesterday. That's not what this is. This project has been around a long time. So, there's not going to be any silly rug pull stuff going on. So anyway, so the crowdfunding is tomorrow. This is what it looks like. This is a website. I'll drop this in the chat as well. I'll try to remember to put links. I always forget the links in the description. So the pre-sale is going to be tomorrow at 2 p.m. UTC, which I believe is 9 p.m. Eastern time. And this website here will basically break down like what all this is about, how to get into the sale, how to purchase it, all the things that have to happen. And this website covers everything, and I want to kind of wrap this up as soon as I can, because I know that Not Your Normal Miner was going live with some 3080 stuff, I believe. So I just want to drop that in the chat there, so I think that that's going to be good. Go to the that link that I dropped in the chat. I'll put it in the description as well, and read about what this pre-sale is and how it is going to work, and what the money is going to be used for from the crowdfunding. Right, you can see it down here. There's features basically describing all of it, what all this means, in a little bit better way than I did. I'm just kind of winging it a little bit. There's also a FAQ, frequently asked questions, and goes over some of the questions that you might have about the project or about the pre-sale or the community sale. Actually, it's pre-sale and then also public sale, yeah. And the public sale is to be announced. That's going to come later. But if you want to get into the pre-sale, basically what you would need to do right now is get whatever the amount of Ethereum you want to swap to WCCX, which you can see here. There's a minimum of 0.5 and a maximum, which is kind of cool, a maximum of 10 ETH maximum for the pre-sale. So, I'm thinking I'll probably do maybe like 2 ETH, maybe something like that. I don't know, I haven't fully decided. But that is going to, the cost is $2, $2 for the pre-sale, and they have a 50,000 token allocation, 50,000 WCCX available, and then for the public sale it's 450,000. So they've got 500,000 set aside for the pre-sale. Now this is going to help you with, or not help, this is going to create the liquidity for WCCX on the Ethereum network, so that you can utilize WCCX on the Ethereum network for all those cool ERC20 token stuff that you can do over there. Let's see, I'm trying to find, so just head over here, head to that link there, and that's where you'll figure it all out. I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to probably do 2 ETH, most likely. I haven't fully decided yet, but anyway, all right, guys. I know this was kind of a quick one. I wanted to make it kind of quick because Not Your Normal Miner is over there. I think he's probably already live. Let's go and check that out real quick. Okay. Oh, is that tomorrow? Oh, wow. Okay. I hope that's not a mistake. I thought it was today. All right, cool. Well, never mind then. I guess we won't go to Not Your Normal Miner. Chancoin's first over there. That's good. All right, so what's everybody been up to here? I've been super busy with the closet and the wiring and all that stuff. I need to start doing like the vlog type videos on it and kind of go over the whole thing and what I've done. I'm not completely done yet. I've got a few things I still have to do. I haven't received the speakers yet for the in-ceiling speakers or the speaker wire. I still haven't hooked up like the IR repeaters yet. That's probably the next thing I'll do. I have ran the cables for that, but I just haven't done both ends, and set it all up. Then I'll have to go back through, because it's been a year since I've used the universal remotes that I have, so I got to make sure that they're still working. I got some things I got to do, but on the networking side, everything's pretty solid. I haven't had the rigs haven't like disconnected those weird ways that it was disconnecting before, so I think that they're wired now, so that's good. I have a lot to learn about Ubiquity and the switches and the Dream Machine Pro and the apps that you use to manage all of it. I've got a lot to learn. I've watched some videos, but man, it's overwhelming the capabilities that this thing has. So it's going to take me some time to get to get used to it and to be able to talk about it intelligently. Thoughts on buying 4 gig cards if you're gonna mine Ethereum Classic and other, you know, there's a lot of kryptonite coins like CCX you can mine with 4 gig cards for probably forever, I would imagine. But yeah, I mean, they're probably going to be super cheap really soon. So you could build a rig that was going to mine, you know, Ethereum Classic or a CryptoNote coin, probably really cheap, and get some pretty decent hash rate, you know. Oh wow, awesome Bitcoin Jake, that's funny. Well, see, that's the thing though. The 0.06, the 6 cents needs to be the normal. That would be awesome. All right, so yeah, I was not expecting to go this long, so I'm going to hopefully that's not a mistake. I could swear I read, maybe whenever I looked at it, he had October 13th up there. Maybe that's what it was, or I just completely misunderstood. I don't know. All right, so yeah, be on the lookout for probably a vlog style video about the network, and then tomorrow night we'll probably be watching this whole crowd sale thing, the pre-sale. I don't know how to watch it, you know. Maybe I don't know if it's going to be like, I don't know if you would be able to watch the progress like of the sale itself. Probably on Etherscan, I would imagine. Maybe I'll talk to those guys and see if there's a way of kind of like watching it happen, right? Because we want to kind of see what's going on with it. Hopefully there's a big demand for it. I think it's cool. You know, the guys are trying, obviously it's for, you know, the funding portion of it is going to be for, you know, paying for marketing and exchange listings and all that stuff, like I said in the video here. But yeah, hopefully it will be a positive for the project and a positive for the value, even CCX value. That's what I'm kind of looking at. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I don't want it to run too long. I will see you guys tomorrow night. Everybody, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out for a minute. I'll try to be more consistent with the live streams and videos and stuff. We'll see. That closet, man, it was a lot of work. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Stay savage, everybody.